First off, we got in the wrestling world, I think we got a little Hilton magic there towards the end. We got that place loud, and that was fun. And so first thing I want to do is I want to thank those folks that came out. Our job is to, I tell our guys all the time that you guys are entertainers, and you got to think like an entertainer. And I don't know what it costs to go, $10, $15, but you want to make sure when people leave, they got their $10 worth. And I think everybody that came today got their $10 worth and more. So I'm excited about the effort we gave. We don't know what the breakdown of matches, if we won 6 and they won 4 or 5 and 5. I'm guessing it was somewhere in there. But we fought hard in all positions. We fought hard at all weights, and that's what you got to do. And you got to throw one in there where you're not supposed to do it. You're not supposed to win. And obviously at 174, we weren't supposed to win. And that's how you elevate yourself, and that's how you win big dual meets. And so dual meets are fun. Wrestling needs to figure out a way to make dual meets a bigger deal and part of the process as we go to the national championships. That's a different soapbox, but I think we've seen a lot of great dual meets this year, but that was one of them. So I'll open it up.
Have you ever felt an environment like that at Hilton since your time here?
I don't think so. I think that rang the bell today. That was the first one, but I'm going to try to beat it next year and the next year. And so we got to continue to have big wins against big programs. And Coach Schwab has turned you and I into a heck of a program. And so it's a good win for our program right now, and at the right time of year. At the right time of year as we get ready for the Big 12 championship. So that's what we needed.
You mentioned it a little bit, but Sam Colbray obviously pulled the upset. What did you see in his match?
I just saw a guy that is a pretty darn good wrestler, and he's pretty darn determined, I didn't say anything all week long. I mentioned that we had some sicknesses this week, but Alex Mackel and Sam Colbray both were pretty ill this week in the middle of the week. And so I can tell you that we went at the break, and Sam can confirm my story here, that at the break I said, I told it before in the parking lot while we were coming in for weigh-ins here at 1 o'clock, I said, I'm just telling you, you're 50-50 in my mind. I said, I'm going to read body language and I'm going to decide if I'm going to put you out there. But I said, I don't know if I'm going to wrestle you today. That was truly the conversation. And then after the 57-pound match, as we had the break, I said, Colbray, come here. I said, what do you think? And he said, I want to fight. He said, I want to fight. And so I said, well, I go off body language. Your body language tells me that it's one thing to say it, but you've got to show me. And I could tell by the way he was carrying himself at that moment that he was a guy that needed to wrestle.
What's it say about him as a competitor that he was sick in the middle of the week? He's already cutting down 10 pounds from the beginning of the year. He wrestles last night and wrestles today and beats a top 5 guy. What's that say about him as a competitor?
Get tougher. Yeah. As he continues to get tougher, he's going to be a hard guy to beat because he can wrestle. And so, that's ultimately what it boils down to. When you get to Friday and Saturday at the NCAA tournament, there's a lot of really good wrestlers. And so toughness is what's going to get Sam Colbray high on the podium.
One thing that stuck out, late takedowns. Ian Parker in the third period, Chase Straw in overtime, Colbray, Gremmel in the second. Did you pick up on that? I mean, it seems like micromanaging might be working.
Yeah, maybe the coach knows a little bit. I don't know. We just had great effort. Chase Straw getting that takedown, and he never wavered. I've seen him grow up. I've seen him mature. The Chase Straw 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago, or you could have seen a look in his eye like he was, didn't know if he wanted to be there. But I watched him again, body language. I watched him the whole third period, and I didn't see him get out of sorts at all. He kept his composure and just stayed the course. And he was chipping away the whole match. He was on that guy's legs the whole match, and he just he got what he deserved at the end.
You said after last night, so that you wanted to see how this team would do the little things going into tonight, and there was nothing flashy, just simple decisions, 3-point decisions, and it still got you the duel. So what does it say after a duel?
I think we did I think our guys did a great job in the turnaround, and that's what you're really looking for. You're looking for the maturity of the team to do those things from the time they left, Hilton last night to, getting their weight down, getting something in their body, getting up this morning, getting something in their body, getting a proper amount of sleep, warm up. There's a lot of little chips that go into the final product, and making sure that when you step out there, you're ready to go and you feel good. And so, it was a good test for us, and I think we passed that test.
Gannon Gremmel doesn't really hide his feelings during a wrestling match. He
You
likes
think?
to feed off
Yeah.
of the crowd and those sorts of things. What do you see in his match, and do you like having a wrestler that feeds off?
Yeah, I like Gannon's enthusiasm, but remember the first press conference we had here, he got thrown out of the building. So we got to corral it and strangle it a little bit every now and then, and just kind of keep him down. You know, saw at the second period he got a takedown, and you know he had 3 minutes left of the match, and he was raising the roof. You know, that's a little early. Let's wait till we win the match before we raise the roof. But no, Gannon's. I've said it all year. The dude's a competitor. He competes really hard. He's getting better, you know. Nice takedown. He couldn't ride anybody 30 seconds at the beginning of the year, and he's riding guys 4 minutes now. And at heavyweight, being able to ride is a big deal.
You mentioned Colbray's body language is one of the reasons why you want to send him out. What was Mackel's body language like, and why? And then,
Mackel was fine. He just got caught. You know, that guy's super dangerous. He's leading the nation in pinning. So, you know, getting pinned by Schwarm is not a unusual thing. The dude's a pinner. You know, I'm going to predict that we're going to turn that match around in the Big 12s. But, you know, he really made a bad technical mistake when he got on top. You don't pull a guy that's slippery back on top of you, and Schwarm's super slippery. So everything's got to be forward. You don't pull him back and let him in a scramble, and you let him in a scramble and you see what happens. And so, you know, he made a mistake, and when you make a mistake against a pinner, you get pinned.
in terms of the magnitude of what was happening, would you consider this one to be one of Shapiro's best in terms of magnitude?
Yeah, you know, performing. You know, that guy doesn't have great credentials, and I know 90. You know, they're not where they want to be at 97. They're probably down to their third guy there, but. You know, considering the circumstance and the stage, it's good for a freshman to step out there and do as well as he did. And you know, we knew he was going to take a beating a little bit this year, and he's taken a beating a little bit, but to step up on that stage was really good.
Anything else for Coach, guys?
Right.